America, and welcome to the home front. You just don't want to know what goes on right before the cameras roll. I mean, it's pretty fun here. My name is Michelle Posey. I'm your host today. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell it's going to be one of those days?
It's a great day.
What is in the coffee cups,
I
guys?
just love our Gen Z panel.
Secret juice.
Like my
Secret
favorite
juice.
episode every week.
I know. If
Oh
you
my
want to know what
gosh.
the secret to youth is, it's surrounding yourself literally with the youth.
Yes.
You
Oh, yeah.
guys are contagious. I love it. I love it. Guys, we like to start with telling our audience your name. And your question for today is, what's your favorite childhood memory? So I'm going to start with Allie. Go, Allie.
Good one.
It's always you.
Hi, Allie. Let's go with our beach trips. I lived in East Orange, New Jersey, and we would travel to Sandy Hook, which I think was like 4.5
Sandy Hook,
hours.
Sandy Hook?
Yeah, Sandy Hook
Wow.
Beach. So we'd go during the summer, maybe once or twice a month, and we'd go just and spend literally all day at the beach. We'd get up before Jesus and the Mexicans. And we'd go, my grandma would make, my abuelita would make rice and chicken in a pot. And we'd have all our snacks and fruit. And it was just an amazing time. We'd spend the entire day.
Wow.
Jesus and the Mexicans, huh?
Zero dark 30. Yes.
All right. All right then. Okay.
I set the tone for the episode. You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, I'm Brianna.
Better live up to that.
Yeah. Wait. Thanks.
yours.
Thanks, Allie.
I love you, bitch.
Look, you just made me forget. I don't. Oh, okay. My favorite childhood memory is so.
I can't. Look, I'm just
So
going to go right ahead.
I have an older brother. He's I think 24, and his name right. Okay. And his, I think, don't quote me on that. Sorry, Brandon. His name's Brandon. And when
Let's
we
go,
were-
Brandon.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon.
Let's go.
And when we were younger, I would always be forced to take the dog out with him. I'd basically like babysit him while he took the dog out to make sure he actually took the dog out long enough for the dog to actually do his business.
Oh my gosh.
It was weird. He was a weird kid. But there was one time where he wanted to go back inside and the dog didn't do his business yet. All right. And so I'm like, no, just stay out like 5 minutes and you just start walking back to the house. And so
Lord.
me, God, I wrapped my arms around him like from behind and I lifted my legs up off the ground. I started choking him out.
Oh my
And then-
gosh.
And he ended up tipping backwards and fell onto the ground. And I'm like WWE. I'm like, bam!
Oh my.
Holy
And
cow.
I mean, we stayed out for like 10 more minutes, so it ended up working.
I feel like he didn't have a choice.
Yeah, it ended up
Definitely
working.
not.
Did it work? Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
wow.
Violence is the answer sometimes.
So if you need to know,
Sometimes.
my husband now takes the dog out. We don't ask either of the kids
Yeah.
because we're like, maybe that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
Especially since I bring tasers with when I go to walk the dog now.
God.
Well, my name is Camden, and one of my favorite childhood memories was when I used to go to Disney when Disney wasn't crazy and now like woke or whatever.
Yes.
And I got to actually go on stage as a Jedi and fight Darth Vader. And I just remember that like so vividly.
That's so
That's
cool.
cool.
And it was amazing.
That's cool.
I
Oh
felt like
my
I was
gosh.
actually like there
That's cool.
in the movie, so
Oh,
it just stuck in my brain
Oh, so
forever.
you grew up rich, able to go to Disney.
Totally jealous, Camden.
When
Okay.
Disney was,
when it's not woke.
A little different.
So do you have good video of that?
I have a picture. I
Okay, you have a picture. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Because you want to.
At least.
Yeah, I'll never forget it.
That's good.
That's pretty cool.
It was awesome.
Well, my name is Ashley, and my favorite childhood memory would probably be when I went on my first cruise ever with my mom. She surprised
I've
me.
never been on one.
So they're both
Awesome.
rich.
Yeah.
So
they're
both
fun.
Was
rich.
it just you and your mom?
I never been on
It was
a
me, my
cruise.
mom, my
either.
stepsister, and my stepdad at the time.
Okay. Where'd you guys cruise to?
We went to the Bahamas.
Nice.
She told us we were going to Miami, and she was like, I packed your bag and everything. And I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
And then, like, 3 hours later, we got,
It's
like,
like
a
a
phone call
surprise.
from, like, the goofy guy, because we were on, like, the Disney cruise.
Uh-huh.
And he called, and he's like, I hope you're ready for your cruise. And so it was, like, a
That's
surprise.
awesome.
And she handed
that's
us, like,
cute.
our leis
Aw.
and stuff. It was
Disney
That
really
sounds
cruise.
so nice.
Wow,
Going on
yeah.
a Disney
Wow.
cruise.
Thanks, Ashley.
Sorry.
That's awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
I'm an
Yeah, it was
honorary,
lots of fun.
aunt over here, so
You're
I
like,
get to go.
Hook me up too.
Yeah.
Hook me up too, right? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Well, my name is Michelle. My favorite childhood memory. I mean, I got to go back a little further than
Do you
you
even
guys.
remember your childhood? You're so
Oh
old.
my gosh.
That's why she's not going on a cruise.
Yeah.
You hear that?
You blew all your chances.
Burn. Love it. So my favorite childhood memory would have to be going to my first concert.
Was it New Kids on the
True
Block?
story. Okay, so this is what we did back in the day, guys, when we were going to a concert, especially if it was a boy band. I was probably like early teens. You would take sometimes, I'm not saying this is okay, this was before I met Jesus, so I'm just saying
What are we about to
we
hear?
would take an undergarment and you would throw it on stage.
I know about this
because it's a boy band.
Oh, all right.
Don't people still do that with Drake?
Okay, I don't feel so bad. But no,
People still
it gets
do that.
worse.
Oh
it
my
gets
God.
worse. It was a
I don't need to know
boy
the
band
story.
concert, and I, at 13 years old, knew that I didn't have anything substantial in my undergarments. So I went to my sister's drawer and got her undergarment because it was a few sizes bigger.
Thank you.
And threw it
Oh
up on
my
stage.
Thank you
Yeah.
for this wonderful idea because I need help.
My sister was like, "What happened to my bra?" I don't know. It's not there anymore. So yeah, that was my favorite.
Was it at
childhood
least a good
memory.
bra? Was it at least
It
a
was
good bra?
probably her
It
best
was
bra.
bigger than mine, so it was a good
imagine?
one. Yeah.
Gosh.
Better get the
So have
triple
you
D.
told her since?
I did tell. I told her
okay.
shortly after, and then she ratted on me, and then that was a whole thing.
Oh, no.
But that's okay. Sisterly love it. So yeah, good childhood memories.
Yeah.
Okay, so this first topic actually came to me from Brianna. I think it was a TikTok trend or TikTok thing that's going around.
Do you want me to explain it since you're gonna butcher it?
Oh, please do, Gen Z.
So have you guys? Sorry, not to be mean.
What is?
So have you guys been seeing on TikTok where it's like, if you were stranded alone in the woods, would you pick a man or a bear?
Oh yeah, I did see
Yeah.
that. I did see that.
Yeah.
I didn't get this at first. I was like, well, why would I want to choose one or the other? But now I kind of get it because people are saying sometimes they don't feel safe around a man.
Yeah, it took
Yeah.
her a second to understand.
So,
it.
what do we do? Go around the? You want to go around the table and
Yeah.
say, okay, here's a
What would you choose,
gotcha.
Allie?
I'm taking a man.
You're taking a man.
I will take a man.
So you're not afraid to be alone with him. Oh, look. Oh, I can tell.
See,
Look at her.
see me,
Afraid of a man?
no.
Yeah.
See me
She's
personally,
not afraid of anything.
I would choose a bear.
Bears.
So you would take.
I'm scared of bears.
Oh, yeah, is it?
No, I would choose a bear because all I have to worry about is a bear's instinct. I fear men's creativity. Like, all a bear can do is kill me. A man can do a lot worse.
Ooh.
It's the creativity that I'm afraid of.
I was trying not to answer from my unhealed, traumatized self, okay? I was coming from a very good place.
Okay, well, not everyone's, you
I
know.
see. That makes sense.
Not everyone's
doesn't- no.
perfect, Allie.
No, it does make sense. And
Like a bear,
yeah.
all you have to worry about is their instincts.
That's
Especially,
true.
it depends on which bear. Some bears won't even like go up to you if they don't see you as a threat.
the bear would probably be my friend. Like I would take the
Tame it?
bear.
Yeah.
They're so
Tame
cute.
The bear.
They are so cute.
Until
Yeah.
they're.
Me and the bear.
Grizzly bears
Yeah,
are
until
scary.
Right.
Scary,
That, yes,
They
that
can be
part. I'm
vicious.
unless I have a weapon.
Not to mention, like, can't you just like climb a tree or just run? Like,
They climb
They can
trees.
climb
and
trees.
they
do.
run fast.
Very
Oh.
fast.
Yeah, they're
Maybe you can outrun
And they
a man.
shake it. You know, they like. If you've ever seen like how they push on it, so.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I see when I hear this question, I think of this quote where it's like, "You can't handle the darkness," and it's like, "But I'm made of the darkness," or something
Yeah,
like.
I've heard that.
Like you could send me out into the wilderness and or whatever, but I'll become I'll become you know whatever.
Oh.
It's one of those
Beware of the
quotes I can't-
storm, honey. I am the
Right,
storm.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
Like I'll
Yeah.
you know, I'll be the lady with all the animals.
but did you hear that? Did you hear
Snow White.
yes, I'll have like wolves, so I'll be the leader of the wolf pack.
when I like was scrolling through TikTok and I saw this, immediately what I thought of was the story of that one girl that like was like raped and killed, or like he thought that
That
he had
Gabby
killed her.
Petito got.
Well, here's
oh,
the-
wait,
here's the-
no.
No, her head was like cut off like
Decapitated.
Oh my
halfway, and she was
God.
holding her head,
So scary.
and she
Wait,
lived.
what?
Yeah,
No, I
Who
never
is
heard
this?
There's
that.
no way.
she was raped, and he thought that she had killed her. She was playing dead. Her head was half cut off, but she was holding her
That's-
Oh,
head,
that's scary.
and she
Crazy.
lived.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't want to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't even
Well,
see
I
that.
would.
in my mind.
I
She
would
literally was
wanna live, but,
holding
like,
her
that's
head.
really-
And there
that's
was
a
another
lot.
story. I don't know if it's the same girl, but she was holding her intestines in. Like,
Is this from TikTok?
well, yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know how. Like,
Well,
She's on like
Valid.
the dark side of TikTok. How did you find that?
Okay. Well, anyways, I
Yeah.
would take a man.
Take a man.
Take a man,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
'cause
not-
you can
Well,
take
you
them
are
all.
a
Yeah,
man.
I'll say I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
Like,
You
that's just
are
my
a man.
instincts. I know,
Yeah.
but my
care
girlfriend
who
or
it
my
is.
mom or my sister, I would have them take the bear just because I know.
Well, yeah,
a man.
because you never know.
See,
You never
Yeah.
know. It's a man. But if I was with them, then it can be a man. 'Cause
Okay.
I'll take any man. I don't
see,
care.
he gets it.
He gets it. No, that's true. I can understand that. I can understand. How about you, Ashley?
I'm taking a man.
Yeah.
I'm taking my man. If I'm going
Okay,
with
you
a
can't
man.
pick who
But
it
you
is.
can't pick who.
I'm still taking a man.
Really?
Bears scare me. One.
Mm.
And two, I've seen
You
some.
think you can outrun a bear?
No.
I think I could.
That's
outrun
why
a
I'm taking a man.
I think I could outrun
I
a
can
bear.
outrun a man, maybe. Maybe in the first few yards.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're running and you're like trying to outrun a bear, and like the bear sees something that he would rather eat, the bear's gonna get distracted and go
Throw
for
a
the easier
distraction.
thing. Yeah.
Maybe.
But a man,
Maybe.
if he's chasing you, he's out for something else. He
What
ain't,
would
he
you
ain't gonna
choose,
just kill you to eat you.
audience? I'm curious to know. Man
Right?
or bear?
You need to go to our Homefront Defenders on Facebook. Let me know, man or bear. So I would take the bear because no, I'm sorry. Back up. I would take them. I would rather be stuck with a man because
Absolutely.
I don't know for certain that there's any man on the face of the earth that I can't take.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
And I really mean that
Okay.
because if you know how you get that
That's how I feel.
adrenaline going
Yeah.
like
Strong
during a
queen.
time of stress and trauma. I think I'm gonna go so ballistic on somebody if I'm being attacked that it's like I tune out anyway,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna be aware of what's happening.
Yep.
A bear, he could just rap, and I'm
Yeah.
done.
Well, it depends.
You know?
If I'm like out in public, then yes, I would take the man because I could scream, someone would probably hear me. I could probably take him. But out in the middle of the woods, if no one's around, I'm scared.
First thing I'm doing is if it's a guy, I'm like, and he's going crazy, I'm pleading Jesus, okay, because and then I'm fighting like crazy, and then I'm maybe trying to like reverse psychology,
Kick him.
reverse psychology too, like but I could be your mom, that kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think there's no reason with a
No.
bear. It's gonna be so quick and so like
Depending on the man, there's nothing you can do. If he wants to kill you, he'll kill you. If he wants to do anything to you, he will do it to you. It depends on the man.
I dare you.
I don't know.
I don't want to take the risk. Just the risk in and of itself is scarier to me than any bear, any animal.
Yeah, but you're taking a risk with a bear.
Yeah,
too.
bear's instincts are.
Bears are huge.
Go, kill.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, but at least I'll just die. I won't have to hold my intestines or my head. Like even just the
Maybe
possibility.
you might have to.
One.
Exactly.
Did you
Those
see the
claws.
reference?
Holy cow.
Huh?
We need to.
Yeah.
There's some movies we could probably watch.
With bears in them?
But he's not just gonna claw me and then leave me. He's
Yeah.
gonna
Or
eat me.
men.
He's gonna kill me.
Mm-mm.
Bear and man.
Yeah.
So I think
Someone's
this
gotta make a movie
TikTok
about it.
trend speaks to something that's a little bit bigger, and that's, do we feel safe? I love how Camden said it. Like he felt safe. He would be there for the women in his life.
Yeah.
That's like a strong, godly man to be able to say, I would lay down my life for them. But as females, do we feel safe in today's day and age around people of the opposite sex?
Without a weapon? Hell no.
Really?
Mm-mm.
That's sad.
don't
You will
know.
never. I have a lot of guy
Sad
friends.
society if it gets like that, because that's.
Mhm.
Well,
I have a lot
mean,
of guy
that's
friends,
where
and you
we're-
will never catch me hanging out with them if I don't have a knife in my boot, one on my belt, and then another one
And
on
I
my
see
hip.
why. It's just sad to look at. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's just.
I mean, especially when you have like a woman. There's a video of a woman being assaulted. Someone was trying to kidnap her with a loaded weapon, and there was a guy. It was on campus, and the guy was just sitting there watching this whole thing happen. And she was very well aware of what to do with the weapon. She unloaded. She took it apart while the guy was holding it. So she took it apart. And he didn't know what to do because his weapon is disengaged. And she turns around and looks at the guy sitting on the steps, and she's like, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Are you not gonna
because he
jump
just
in?
sat there and didn't do anything." And I kind of feel like that's where we're at
Yeah.
as a society, where
Mhm.
we've beat
Man.
men and boys down so much, telling them that their innate strength is not necessary in our society, and so they sit back with their hands inevitably tied. And they just it's, I don't know, it's unfortunate.
It's like you're talking about like a bystander that just wouldn't even engage.
Yeah.
There would be a time where that wasn't even a question.
Exactly.
People
The
like
Good
that.
Samaritan.
Okay, so
Right.
what's the solution do you think right now to change
I think
that?
we just need to re-encourage our men and our boys that you're allowed to, one, be emotional, right? But two, you're also allowed to be strong.
Yeah.
Let's,
And when men are more strong, right, and they're brave, women and children are protected.
Yeah. I think the feminist movement is a part of why they don't feel
Absolutely.
like they
Yes.
can be
Absolutely.
and we need to stop making things so black and white. Like, stop going from one extreme to the other. Stop
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, no, you have to be manly and never cry." To, oh no, just be soft, and if you're manly, oh no, that's actually fragile masculinity.
There
just
ha-
find the
there has
balance.
to
You have to
be a
have that in between.
balance. There's masculine and feminine energy, right? And we equate feminine energy with being more emotional, right? Because that's just the feminine side of
Right.
it. It's just womanly,
It's just,
right?
it's just how
it's just
the
what
way
that
you're,
is.
you're
That's what I
wired.
mean.
But we need both, which is why you need to have a mom and a dad in your house, because they both contribute different aspects of your personality and how you're able to deal with certain things, and why it's so important for dads to rough and tumble play with their boys and kind of like throw them out there. Go, do you. Go get dirty. Go
Right.
figure it out. Like, that's how boys are supposed to be taught. But also on the other side of that, women are supposed to be the nurturers,
Yeah.
which is why boys and men, when they look for a wife, they look for someone that they can feel safe enough where they can express their own emotions. And women, on the other hand, we need both of that as well. We need to have men in our lives that can show us, that can let us be our feminine selves, but safe and secure, right? That we're able to completely fall apart in the arms of our man and not have it taken, to
Advantage
be
of.
advantage of
Right.
or weaponized against us. But we also need our mothers so that we learn how to properly manage our emotions,
Yeah.
right? And how to mother and nurture men.
Yeah,
So,
and the weird thing with that is, with the feminist movement,
Mm-hmm.
is that it's girls don't have to be, like, you can do anything you want, but it doesn't mean you should do anything
Right.
you want. And same thing for
Yes.
guys.
Right.
Like, you can, of course, everyone's equal,
Mhm.
but they're better at different things.
Right.
Dude, it is
I
so
love
attractive
that.
when a guy's like, yeah, I know you can do it on your own, but you don't have to.
Right,
Let
right.
me.
That's
That's-
exactly.
Mhm.
With the feminist movement, it's
sorry.
like they're forcing that
Yes.
onto people. Like, you have to, if you can do it, you should be like,
Yes.
you should be able to, but you don't have to. That's why.
Well, and I think too that part of the topic is too that are we getting to a point where we're so violent that being stuck with a man in the woods is, I was thinking, oh, you could have conversation, we could build, a fire, we could, and then my mind went to
TV show.
You mean that one show where they're naked in the woods?
Yeah, like naked and afraid. But I don't think I would be naked with a man. But for somebody,
Depends on the man. I mean.
What?
Hang on. If it's Daddy Depp, like we talked about earlier,
They were
maybe it's a
talking.
different
They
story.
called them Daddy Depp.
I mean,
You're making a good point, too.
See? She understands.
Sugar daddies.
Oh, sugar-free daddy. Listen, maybe
took a
in
sharp
that
turn I
case it
wasn't
would be a
expecting.
sugar daddy.
Camden, you never know
Sorry,
what kind of
Camden.
sharp
You never
turns
know.
we're taking on.
You never know.
Ugh.
Well, I would be interested to know what you think. Would you rather be out in the woods with a man or with a bear?
Not naked.
Wait,
Not naked.
we're
You're fully
back
clothed,
to that.
and not Daddy Depp. He does
Not
not
Daddy Depp.
Dang it. Dang it.
Camden, are you
Why not?
Yeah,
It's just like, wait, how did we get back here
yeah, we're
again?
back to the man and the bear thing again.
Oh
No, but I like the question because it was, are we so violent to where that
Right.
we're concerned about, females being alone with men in general.
Yeah.
And I think in
That's
in
scary
today's society,
for somebody
I
to
think
choose
it
a
is.
rabid animal,
Right.
like a
It is. It's scary to think about.
Okay, but I'm gonna defend the guy for a minute.
Yes.
I mean, I'm
Yes.
all about women
Yeah.
having to feel comfortable around men. But if there are some girls out there, we call it like the rape culture now,
Very
to where you're alone with a guy and nothing happens other than a chat.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
oh, he raped me. He,
That's
he
very
Yeah,
did
true.
this,
the-
he did this.
That's very
so
true.
I do see where it comes from the women's aspect because men are definitely, have traits to them that are like harsher than women.
Right.
But at the same time, women can say one thing
right.
and the guy's life is over.
Yeah.
It doesn't
You
make
know?
men inherently evil or inherently dangerous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The fact that some men are behaving in that way. So
Right.
we have to make sure
Right.
that
Yeah,
we're
you have to have
applying
that
it
line.
balanced. So I would
Yeah.
ask you, would you be willing to be in the woods with a woman
Or
or
a
a bear?
bear.
Or are you worrying about coming out of the woods? What is she going to tell
Yeah,
people?
that's what I was
Right.
about to say. I wonder
Right.
That's a good
Isn't that-
question.
you
though.
see what I
That
mean?
actually, yeah. I'm taking women, of course, but
Yeah.
I mean that's a little. Gives me a little.
A woman, but you want to be able to video everything that's taking
Yeah.
place.
Right.
But
Yeah,
what you're saying
exactly.
though, it actually, when there's all these false accusations and things like that, it
Yeah.
undermines the actual
Yes.
women who are.
Right.
It
So
really
Victims.
makes me
I'm gonna be completely transparent here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
My mom's boyfriend is in prison
Wow.
for 20 years because his niece claimed rape. We went through trial for months.
Mm.
no DNA, no evidence, no nothing other than a card simply saying, I'm so proud of you. Like, you're my favorite niece. I love you. Happy birthday. That. Like a happy birthday card. I love you. So proud of you. Blah, blah, blah. Convicted. Guilty.
Oh.
That's crazy.
20 years.
Wow.
20 years. He's literally doing time. He's been around me, my sister, all my girlfriends. We're in the pool. We're around the house. Around the house, I'm wearing, tank tops and shorts. I'm not wearing fully covered everything, you know? I've never felt uncomfortable around him. I spoke at his sentencing.
That's tough.
And the minute he got sentenced to 20 years, his daughter, who also was like, yeah, my cousin or whatever she is. Yeah, it's his niece. My cousin told me all of that. My dad's touched me too. All of this stuff with no evidence from either side. The minute he got sentenced, the daughter drops the charges. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
And still he's in prison for 20 years?
Look, I can't get the guy that raped me in jail.
But the guy who did it, you know what I'm saying?
That's
it's like
ridiculous.
It's like flipped.
Yeah.
We've lost the innocent until
So
proven
now
guilty.
it's like, now here's my mom. Exactly.
Yeah, we've lost the innocent until proven guilty, and then the people that do get away with it, it doesn't make sense.
That is
What does that say about our legal system?
It's horrible.
It's been jacked up.
It's our
for a
system.
really
It's
long
our
time.
system
So
that's
backwards.
literally awful.
And it's getting worse, too.
It's so
And I
backwards.
think we're seeing it more now, right? It's more
Yeah.
prevalent. It's like that's part of the thing when you pray, like, Lord, just bring it to light. What are the things, the injustices,
Right.
He is
Well,
bringing
isn't
it to
that
light.
the whole goal, is to put the good guys in jail? But the ones that actually do it, let them roam free.
Yeah, exactly. And so
That's
here he
really-
is. My mom's now alone. We don't know it. We're appealing it and everything. We're in the
Good, I
process
was
of
gonna ask
appeal
you.
and all of that.
Mhm.
But it's like you have no evidence, you have nothing, and apparently it happened 11 years ago.
So
And
is
now
there-
all of a
That's
sudden she's like,
frustrating.
oh, by the
Oh my
way,
gosh.
here it is, because now he has a new girlfriend and he has a new life and he has now like kids, me and my sister, in his life that I guess maybe she saw pictures being posted of Christmas and now she's like,
Wow.
oh my gosh, like he has a brand new life. By the way, he touched me.
Wow. And
So it's like,
we see
what?
this a lot now with celebrities and influencers, too.
Yeah.
It's like anybody can make a claim. Like we saw a Johnny Depp case.
Yeah.
a while ago with
Daddy
Amber Heard.
Depp.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. And we see like other cases just like that where because of their name, you can almost attack them because of it.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
That's scary.
That's
That's
scary.
It sucks because when girls lie like that, then people are more inclined to not believe the girl.
Exactly. So then the real cases
Mhm.
get
the real
pushed to the
crimes
side.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It seems like a normal
Yep.
thing.
And then
That's
more girls
scary.
don't open up about.
What
Yep.
happened?
And it happens to men too.
Honesty.
Men already don't speak up.
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Oh,
Because
no.
they're supposed to, you probably liked it.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what they tell men. Young boys.
I was actually having a conversation about that with my guy friends. They were all talking about how there was this teacher, I guess, in their high school or no, in their middle school that would flirt with the younger boys, and it was a female teacher,
Gosh.
and she no longer works there anymore, I guess. But they were like, oh, but what were you gonna say? Like we're boys. Well, obviously, that's hot,
Oh.
I'm like,
yeah, like
what?
the older girls, like in the younger boy, like that is
Like,
just
are you kidding me?
If
If
it was
the
flipped,
genders
though,
were
oh
reversed,
my
oh my
gosh, the world
gosh.
would end.
Yes.
so wrong.
Yeah.
on
Like
all levels.
that, they were
weird.
talking about in their middle school, when they would talk to their friends about that, everyone was like, "Oh, that's hot. That's cool. You got with an older woman."
Something's wrong with
gosh.
society.
That is so wrong. Guys, I'm so glad that we get to talk about this stuff. It's heavy topics.
It is.
But I'm glad that we're getting a chance to talk about it. We're going to take a quick break. You're going to hear a couple words about why you need to go over to thehomefront.tv and make sure that you support our citizen-led, citizen-funded program. We'll be right back with more of The Homefront. Stay tuned. Hi, guys. Thank you for tuning into The Homefront. My name is Michelle. I wanted to welcome you to a new program that we have through The Homefront. Some of us, as we've seen what's happened in our country, we think, I want to get involved. I want to do something. Myself, I'm running for office. But guess what? I'm not a crony politician, so to start is very, very difficult. That's where The Homefront jumps in. We're going to give you all the tools you need to not only activate in your community, because local action equals a national impact, right? But also to maybe see if you want to run for office. Are there topics you want to learn more about? Current events? Do you want to know how to apply pressure to politicians at just the right point? Then you want to go to thehomefront.tv. We've got a new training program for you. It's kind of how I started. I mean, you don't know these things if you're not a seasoned politician, right?
Thank you for joining us.
And if you're like me and you're Gen Z and you're scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or wherever you usually find your news information, and you're like, wow, I can't believe this is happening, but you get that gut feeling that's like, is this actually accurate and can I trust this? But then you're like, well, how can I figure out if this is true or not? What, Google? Like, Google's going to tell me if something's accurate or not? You can also find Perfect News there. You can figure out what's correct and what's not correct. This will actually help you get more involved. As you know, Gen Z, we're becoming adults, so now it's our turn to start taking the initiative on some things.
They're growing up.
Unfortunately.
And with a bright future.
Bright future.
Okay, and then I'm Demi, and I'd love to just mention really quickly that this training program will also involve the Sheriff's Department. Get involved with your local Sheriff Department. I have a daughter who is in law enforcement, and she has a lot to say, and she said plenty enough on the show and other episodes. You should join in and fight the great fight.
That's
Fight the
right.
great fight,
That's
yeah.
right. And I think,
tune in.
Yeah, like what Demi's saying, the sheriff is so important to know your sheriff and to get involved. So, yeah,
This is a great way.
the Homefront.tv, guys, it's on you to get involved. Hello, welcome back to the Homefront, guys. Sometimes I think we should keep the camera rolling during the commercial breaks. You could hear this. We all broke out in song. It was pretty cool. There's a little dance going on. So we're going to shift topics a little bit. I don't know if you guys are too young to know or remember the Victoria's Secret runway shows that they used to have. The models, but then it became controversial because you're, objectifying women or whatever. I just read that
Maybe you're showing lingerie on national TV.
Well, I just learned that the Victoria's Secret fashion show, Victoria's Secret's coming back in 2024, but they said they'll be more than happy to welcome transgenders.
What are they gonna do? Tuck it?
Yeah, that's exactly what
They
they'll
have
do.
stuff like that.
Was that a joke or is that
They
serious?
have things like that at Target for little boys. Target for little boys who parents or whatever, because obviously the little boy isn't going to be like, oh, I want to tuck it. They have things like that for little like swimsuits for little boys. They're called like tuck it.
Tuck friendly.
Yeah, something like that. Are you
What the
kidding?
heck are we doing?
And they're little.
Yeah. So,
Shop Fenty. Leave Victoria's Secret alone.
well, here's my question. So we live in a culture now where nothing's a secret, so Victoria's definitely not keeping
I mean,
a
it was
secret.
created by
But
a
would
man.
you,
That's the secret.
Yes, it was.
would you, if you were going to tune in to some kind of fashion show, do you want to see a man dressed up
No.
in women's
That's
lingerie?
negative
No.
Chief.
No.
No, we don't. I don't know
Camden,
who wants.
answer. Come on.
I don't know who wants to see that. I really don't.
Why can't you have your own space?
I'm sorry.
Create your own division.
Yeah.
If you are trans
Wow.
and you want to join sports,
Yeah.
create your own sport. Be a trailblazer. God bless your ministry. Do not.
Let's open like Victor's Secret.
Right, like Victor's exactly. Victor's Secret. There you go, and you have all rights to it. Just
Yeah.
take it.
You get it all.
I don't understand.
If they're gonna let a transgender walk the stage with a flat chest, but me, like I'm not that flat, but you're not gonna let me.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
That would make me mad.
How about we just make better bras for women that actually have boobs,
Ooh, yeah.
so there's no pockets? Like, how about we do that?
Well, Victoria's
Victoria's
Secret's made
Secret.
by a man, so he don't know.
Well, he has
But
no idea.
I
But
just wonder.
Okay, why
just
did I
wonder
not know
what,
that?
What is that viewership going to look like, guys? What is that viewership
Okay,
look like?
everyone. Okay,
It's gonna be terrible.
this is how
Yeah,
it
it'll be
works.
horrible.
Everyone thinks with the way companies force it down our throats. Everyone thinks it's a super popular thing. This
It's
is
not.
less than 1% of the population.
Yes.
Not even.
We were just talking about
Yeah,
that.
we were
Literally
just
back
talking
there
about
while
that.
you guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a small percentage of people that actually are transgender
Yes.
and stuff.
Right.
No one wants to see that.
No.
No one wants to see that.
Right.
Well,
Well,
if you do, create your own.
Yeah, if
Do-
you
do it
do,
on your own
make
time.
your own thing. Like,
yes.
Let RuPaul put it on. Y'all can go
RuPaul.
do you. God bless your ministry. But stop trying to put on woman face. We are not costumes.
Because then what are you
Oh,
doing to the
yes.
women and the men? Like,
I'm
it,
not a costume.
it doesn't even make sense.
That's like Dylan Mulvaney. Like
Yeah.
when I watch the way
that's crazy.
He's a pedophile,
the way he
so-
talks,
That's
it's like
crazy.
it's like he's making fun of womanhood.
Absolutely.
We do not talk like that. We
It's a
don't
gag.
act like
Well, 'cause
that. We
he's
don't.
Just trying to be a little girl, which
Yeah,
is he's a grown man.
which is
trying
weird.
to be a
Which is
child,
weirder. Which is yeah.
exactly.
It's worse.
And that's why I don't like Pride Month and Pride, because a lot of it
Yes.
is pedophiles
Yes.
going out like to just in the wrong. They're celebrating being a pedophile.
You're not only
It's
that,
not everybody, but
you're
it's a lot of them.
celebrating sex. So if I were out and we had a heterosexual like Pride Month, and we're out in these parades and I'm half naked, all the men are half naked, I'm walking around with dildos all over the place, like it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. But it's okay because you're gay.
And I don't know if anyone remembers the Bible, but pride is a sin.
Yes.
Like, why are we
Pride
celebrating
comes
this?
before the fall.
It does. Every
Why
time.
are we celebrating sex in that way? Like it's just
What Dylan Mulvaney should have done is they should have probably, made a song that maybe was talking about the switch from transgender. Like make a song that's like, about their journey with becoming trans. Don't like pretend like as if you know what it's like to be a girl when you've only been trying to be a girl for 2 years.
Or just cancel him.
right.
I mean,
Absolutely.
maybe you don't need a song. Maybe just you're done.
Write some
They
poetry.
cancel everybody else for anything under the sun, but then as soon as a transgender comes out and wants to make,
a mockery of women.
Exactly. Then it's like, oh yeah, let's post you all over social media. Let's continue
It's
to
the
have
woke,
you do all of
woke
what you're doing.
corporate energy that's flooding
Yeah.
every company that you
ESG.
see on social media, on anywhere. You just see it everywhere now.
It's
And-
in
ESG
our armed
and
services.
environmental
Yeah.
social governance. So even going back to even something like Target, when they had that tuck-friendly swimwear for like 3-4-year-olds, everybody kind of boycotted. A lot of people boycotted it, and I know Target took a little bit of a hit, but people couldn't understand why would you deliberately do something? How is that smart, savvy, business-minded to know that you're going to take that kind of hit? They get money from these organizations that promote ESG. If you go in and you participate in Pride Month, you get a certain amount of money. It's part of this pay-to-play organization, that the framework that they have, so they don't care if you and I stop shopping there.
And I hate to
They're
break it to
pushing
you, our
yeah.
governmental agencies are doing the same exact thing.
Yes.
So although they're telling you that we don't align with ESG, it's BS because our governmental agencies are doing it.
So if all this is such a small percent of people, why is it being forced everywhere? Like,
Yeah.
I really don't
Because they
understand.
want to normalize
One
it.
world government.
To confuse everyone?
Well, they want to
So we have to rely on
normalize.
them?
Yeah, they want to normalize everything. So it's like, listen, I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're dating a girl. I don't care. That doesn't bother me.
Just don't force it on
Don't
us.
push it on me. And if I sit there and tell you no, I just don't agree with it. But like you do you. Don't get mad at me.
Right.
Like we're allowed to have different opinions.
Yeah.
You have an opinion saying you dating this girl is a great thing. I have an opinion saying not for me.
Right.
But you're not allowed to tell me, oh, well, you're just homophobic. No,
And you're-
I'm
and
not.
you're not
I just
going-
don't
have a
do it.
different
I just have it.
You just
exactly.
don't agree with what they're doing.
Exactly.
They don't have to involve you.
You're not going
Exactly.
to control my speech either.
Right.
If I come up to you and I say, "Oh, excuse me, sir," because I genuinely
Because you
think
look
you're,
like a man.
and you
Right.
take offense to that.
You look
I don't
like a
mean it
man.
offensively,
are a
but
man.
you're not going to control my language either.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have a freedom.
There's one person, there's one guy on TikTok, I don't even know who he is. I just kind of scroll past it, but I do watch some of them because I read the comments and it's very interesting with how people comment. And the fact that he still continues to post videos after these comments.
You're like, take it in.
And I'm like, this is great. So it's this guy, maybe you've seen him, I don't know. He thinks he's a woman, and he was at Disney.
Oh, that guy.
Do you know who I'm talking
Yes.
about?
I think I've
And
seen
he
this
like
too.
had like the marshmallows and stuff, and he was like, and this is how I became a woman. And he was like foreplaying it at Disney with like all these little kids around him. And now he continues to keep posting videos, and he'll be like at a restaurant and he'll set up his phone purposely so when a waiter comes over or a waitress comes over and they're like, hey sir, like what can I do for you? And he makes it
It's a huge scene.
huge scene, and he's like, I am a female, you need to call me a female. And then they're just like, oh my gosh.
It's just for
can
views.
leave.
And they're right, and he's just setting them up for
yeah.
failure just to cause an argument.
It's just
Well,
for
that's
views.
a lot of the things.
Don't
they
let
do.
it ruin your day. If I
Right.
call you a man because you're a man, oh, I'm
Right.
sorry,
Maybe
but
you should, I don't know.
just look different or something. Like
try harder,
saying?
boo.
It's just for views because
No, that's all it is.
I've had like I've had someone who worked at McDonald's and I said at the window I say like, oh thank you sir. I pull up to the window and they're trans, trying they identify as female or whatever, and then I'll say, okay, have a good day, ma'am. Like, and then I change it, and they don't really even care. They don't notice it. They really don't care.
Well, it's funny that you say it's
I'm
just
not
for
calling
views.
them what they want. Like, I'm sorry.
It's funny
I'm
she
just
says
not
it's
that
just for
person.
views because a lot of all of this pride stuff is for attention. They
It
need
is.
Yeah,
the
that's
attention.
all
They
it
feel
is.
like they need people to care.
Yeah.
So I was at an
It
event.
seems like that.
As a candidate, I was at an event for veterans, and I was, talking to people about what we can do, even at the state level, to help our vets. And this gentleman came over to me, and he said, "Hey, I we shook hands. And he said, I know you're running for office." He said, "But I have to tell you, I know you're a Republican. I have to tell you, I'm gay." And I said, and so I, because I literally 10 seconds into the conversation, I said, whoa, excuse me. Do you realize in 10 seconds you just told me
Who you sleep with?
Mm-hmm.
That is very inappropriate. And he's like, really? You think so? And I'm
Absolutely.
like, yes. I'm like, we
Yeah.
do not need to be having that conversation.
Can you
Hi,
imagine?
Camden. I'm Brianna. I'm straight.
Yeah, why
Me too.
would you?
I like it missionary. Like, what the hell? Like, this is not a conversation
That's
we need to
kinda-
have. Like, I'm not, like,
Allie.
I'm so serious. That's
Allie.
literally
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's
If
kind
you
of
are a
vanilla.
man, no, seriously.
That's kind of
if
vanilla,
you,
Allie.
No, if you are a man
I'm sorry.
and you
She's
come
right,
up to
though.
me
She's
and
right.
you tell me
Yes.
that you're gay, the first image I have is butt sex. I'm serious. I'm so serious. If a female comes up to you and says, "I'm gay," that means to me that you sleep with women.
Yeah.
Why does that need to be a title? It's not a title.
Yeah.
It's an action.
It's
Like,
kind of
that should not
I
be
love
who
it.
you
That's
are.
so true.
it's
It's
kind
so
of
true.
vanilla though.
Yeah, why
It's
are they putting
missionary.
Well, I had to just say it because I didn't want to say
It
what I
is
was really
kind of
going to say.
vanilla.
Like,
It's funny
you're
It's funny they
legs
put their
behind your
identity.
head, like swinging from chandeliers. Like, nobody needs to know all that.
You have a
I'm
point
just
though.
saying.
They put their identity in their sex. Like,
Yeah.
Kind of
Yes.
vanilla. I was trying to be vanilla.
So why do they want everyone to know all that? I really don't get it. I don't get it.
It's true.
just-
and after about like a couple minutes of a conversation,
so
even
sorry,
he
y'all.
came to the realization like, I'm not sure why I introduced myself
Right.
that way.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, yeah, you might want to think about that because A, I don't
need that
know
visual.
that, but B, as a man coming up to a woman, why would you do that?
Yeah.
You don't know how I'm going to take that. It was very weird.
It was funny though. I had a guy once compliment my outfit, and he was like, "Oh, I like your outfit," and so I was like, "Oh, okay," but because I was like, I didn't know him, but then he went, "I love your outfit," and then I noticed that he was gay, and I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." It was weird. Yeah.
See, when I think of
funny.
myself, Camden, I think of me in a lot of different ways. I don't put my identity in
Yes.
the fact that I'm straight.
Right.
I have a lot of other qualities. Why do they want to celebrate that and
Mhm.
push their intention or our attention should be on the fact that they're gay or
Right.
what they do in the bedroom?
So
like,
and
why
that's
they
like
want us
the
to know
and
all
that's like
that?
the other thing. I walked into Petco like a few months ago.
Don't ruin Petco for me.
Don't,
I
please.
No,
Our
I'm about
pets
to.
are gay and
So,
trans. I'm just saying.
I'm about to ruin it for you.
Honestly though,
I
my
walked
dog.
in a few months
puppy.
ago with my boyfriend just to buy fish. Okay?
Dear Lord.
Fish. My focus is fish. I'm walking in. I'm going straight to the fish tank. I look down at this person's name tag and they have their pronouns underneath it with like the little like rainbow flag like bordered around their name tag. And I was like, I'm buying a fish from you. Like, I'm not.
Are you
gonna
advertising? I'm
Right,
not
like,
looking.
I'm not gonna call you. Like, I'm not here to know what you're doing, you know? And I looked at my boyfriend and he was like, shh.
Are you into S&M?
He's like,
do you like to be dominated?
Well,
like,
that's-
what kind
exactly.
of, where does this
And
go?
it wasn't
No,
even
not
just
really.
that
That's what it
person.
seems like it's
It
going
wasn't
to.
even just
Right.
that person's name tag. It was every single one. Because then I made it a point
so
to
that's a
look
company name
at
thing.
every single person's thing. So
ESG.
now Petco is gay.
DEI right there. And they're also getting money to push that DEI
So
crap
the
too.
thing with
Yeah.
all of this, right? Jokes aside, guys, with communism, the issue is never the issue.
Mhm.
It's always about control and oppression. That's really where this comes from. It's about control. It's about oppression.
It's about deteriorating society.
deteriorating
It starts with kids too, because my younger siblings, they're doing online homeschool. My mom is their teacher, but
Yeah.
she takes stuff out of their
Curriculum.
curriculum that is critical gender theory, critical
Yeah.
race theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These things should not be taught to kids, but
Yes.
it seems like they're forcing that.
It is.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Grooming.
It is.
Yeah.
Grooming.
It's
Really?
called grooming, and
Okay,
which
groomer.
which is another point too.
So
And I have
okay,
to tell you,
boomer.
in the state of Florida, we fought, and I say we, it was a group of us fought to get anti-grooming legislation. And one of the groups that stood tall with us to fight to get anti-grooming legislation, where we actually put it in the penal code, the word grooming, was a group called Gays Against Grooming.
Yes.
Wow.
And after
Good for them.
speaking to some of them, what many of them agreed to is that their choice to then somehow be gay it stemmed from the trauma, not everybody, but it stemmed from the trauma of what happened to them. I was abused. I'm a female. I was abused by a male. I can't even be around a male. So this is how and I loved the openness of that conversation, because you're dealing with people who are hurt and traumatized sometimes, and it can come out in that way. But they understood that, you know what, that doesn't give us a right to go around and teach this stuff to kids.
Right.
Kids should be off limits.
And those people need to know that we don't hate them. We're not against them. We're against the people that are pedophiles, grooming, all these weird people.
Yeah.
And
Like,
again,
it's all being classified into LGBTQ plus now. Like the pedophiles are part
Well,
of
the
it.
plus is pedophile.
Yeah, so-
the
so-
plus is pedophilia.
Exactly.
dude, let me tell you.
That's weird.
I remember when we were in California for a brief time, and I can remember a time going to the grocery store, and they had started to. You couldn't call the cops on somebody walking somebody nude with a leash.
What?
Because they identified as an animal.
Oh my gosh.
Literally.
What?
I mean, and where California goes, sometimes so does the country. So this kind of stuff is just.
Okay, well, I'll identify as the president and deport them. Like, what?
Right.
Yes,
I
I
identify
love it.
as the president.
I mean, like, what's that?
You shall call me Madam President from here on out.
Ooh, I like
Yes,
that,
ma'am.
Allie.
It just doesn't make
mean,
sense.
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot.
That's real.
It was real. Yep.
If I can,
I'd obey her
literally,
law.
like
gosh.
we need to start playing that game. If you're gonna identify as something that you're not, I identify
you can do the same
as
thing.
Queen of the Universe.
There
So
you go.
somebody
I don't-
somebody was telling
I'd
me
bow down to you.
I can't remember who was telling me, but somebody told me that they were in Target, and it might have been Sierra who was telling me.
Maybe.
Who someone she worked with, like maybe one of her IT guys was in Target, and she was walking her kid. Her kid had like a little leash on, like a dog. And so her IT guy, I think that's who it was. I don't know. Don't quote me. But the IT guy handed her like a vet card and was like, "Here's my vet." And she looked at him and was like offended. And he's like, your dog is in Target right now. And she's
Oh
like,
my
"This is
gosh.
my kid." Could you imagine?
Real. There's all kinds of craziness out there. So I don't think roundabout to get back to. I'm not tuning into. I probably wouldn't have tuned in
would not.
anyway to Victoria's Secret. But if you're gonna have
I'm
tough
not
I forgot we were
friendly,
talking about
that
that.
was huge. Like wow.
We went pretty deep in that conversation.
Never know where it's going. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to tune in, but I did want to also bring up. So something had happened where, actually Camden, I think you shared this with me. Going back to so the Women's National Basketball Association, women have fought long and hard to be able to have their own competitive basketball league, and it's flourished. There's really a lot of talent there. We have Caitlin Clark, who is rookie, but she's pretty
Amazing.
fire.
In college, she was like amazing 3-point shooter and everything.
I love that you. Yeah, I love that you.
Yeah.
So Jamel Hill, who is she used to be with ESPN. She's a journalist. She made a comment. Camden, why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about what she said? Do you remember?
Yeah, so she was talking about Caitlin Clark in the league now as a rookie, and how she is only getting the fame and the popularity because she's white and straight. That's basically what she said.
And Jamel Hill is African American. No, she's black.
I mean, if we're talking about racism, this is racism. And sexist. This is just ridiculous.
To say that this person, this woman, Caitlin Clark, who's fought really hard and is a
like, what
phenomenal
if I said
basketball player.
LeBron is only the best player and as popular because he's black? You know,
Wait a
it
minute.
just doesn't make sense.
Wait a minute. Black people dominate every freaking sport
Yeah, they do.
in America. What the hell is she talking about?
Exactly.
That
She
the-
doesn't know
but
what
the
she's
only
talking
reason
about.
that we're talking about Caitlin Clark so much is because we're okay to talk about her because she's straight and white.
Yeah.
That sounds like
because she's
jealousy.
I mean-
But no one's freaking out about that. But if it was reversed, everyone would
Right,
be.
everybody would be
That-
up in arms. We're only talking about her because she's black and she's coming. Like, could you imagine if we
People
talked
would
about that?
kneel to her
With,
and-
who's the
oh my
baseball
gosh.
player? The first black baseball player. Good lord, Jackie
Robinson.
Jackie
Yeah,
Robinson.
yeah.
If everybody talked about him coming in and like, oh, he's only getting recognized because he's black.
Could you imagine?
I think it's
What?
just jealousy.
Black
it
and
is.
straight.
It's jealousy.
It is 1,000%.
Brianna's right.
I just think we need to make it more both sides. Like if they're gonna play like that the other way and make everything a huge deal the other way, it needs to be the same fair way we're looking at players
Yes.
and other people the other way around.
On the fact that she's just good at what
Yeah.
she does.
Exactly, she's
Yeah.
good.
Put in the work. Like, good
She's
job.
one of the best
Yeah.
3-point shooters.
Can we just lift each
Like,
other up,
I'm
ladies,
sorry.
females?
And look, all the
girls,
people
right.
look, they're all gonna get paid more in the WNBA because of her.
Right.
But they're mad because she's straight and white.
See, me personally, that sounds like a personal skill issue. Maybe just stay out of the sun and just be straight. If that's what you're complaining about, then I don't know, change yourself.
Yeah.
No.
Then it's
Uh,
that big of an issue
creams.
for you.
No, but I don't know why she would have the nerve to say that because she.
Look,
Sorry.
I mean, if you're gonna go there and be
I'm here
upset
for it.
because of her freaking
Right?
melanin amount,
If you're
like,
gonna go there, I'm gonna go there.
I'm gonna need you to
But here's
maybe
the
check
thing.
yourself and
Where
stop
is-
wearing your skin color as an idol.
Where is ESPN? Why aren't they coming out
Of course,
denouncing
Yeah,
this?
exactly. If it was the
They're
other way
recording
around.
it because it's drama.
The
That's
NFL,
exactly what
the
it is.
NFL
They
jumped
want
all
it.
down
It's a soap
the
opera.
Kansas City Chiefs
Exactly.
kicker for talking about his faith. You know, they
Yeah.
said we don't. That's not a reflection of the NFL. Where's ESPN? Where's ESPN on this, saying that's not a reflection of us? She spoke out on her
Stop
own.
watching sports, y'all.
It's awful though. What
Watch
they're-
your local sports.
Well, it's making me not want to watch it anymore.
we should
because of
have
that.
Patriot TV Sports.
Patriot TV
Hey,
Sports.
I'll be the
Go to-
first
welcome.
basketball athlete on the Patriot TV Sports.
Yes.
No, but seriously,
I
like,
won't. I suck.
I think we should stop
I'm not
giving,
athletic, so
giving
I won't be
these-
participating.
We should
I
stop
could do
giving
really
these
good
national
TikTok dances.
platforms
Yes.
our attention.
Yes.
If they're going to behave this way and push things that don't make sense, we need to stop giving them our attention.
Ooh, I like that. Ellie.
Put your attention back on your local communities. Go to your local softball teams games. Go to your local football team games. Go to the local basketball games. Support local because that's where all of it's at anyway. We've gotten away from that. We're putting more money into these national campaigns for these kids where less than 1% of college graduates or college students or high school students get into these national organizations, the NFL, the the WNBA, all of these things, NBA, MLB. Like you have to put your focus, put your energy where you can control, right? And that's your local backyard.
Yeah.
Stop putting all this energy into things that are just
Ooh,
going to
I like
infuriate
that.
you.
And the
I like
WNBA
that.
isn't even profitable in the first place. So
That's
they're
true.
actually a charity under the NBA. So the fact that she would, the fact, and that, I don't even want to go there because people will get upset about that. But it's true.
Hey, Camden, let's go there.
It's true.
Let's go
Okay. Well, men are the
Because I
dom-
didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Men are physically different than women, and people want to see LeBron dunking basketball or other
Right.
players. Girls can't do the same thing in basketball,
Right.
No.
and that's
Not
not
at all.
that's not the viewer's fault.
Yeah.
It's-
So they created the WNBA under.
it's classified
It's
as a
like
charity.
it's subsidized under the
NBA.
NBA.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
Wow.
either.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's true. And the problem is everyone's like WNBA players should get paid more, but there's more attention going to the NBA.
Right.
Views,
Right.
tickets, merch,
Yeah.
all of it is going to the players we want to watch.
Wow.
So
Put all that money into, like I said,
I mean, do they
put
really
all
need-
that money into your local kids' sports.
yeah, and no one's stopping the women to play the basketball game, but when there's a new player coming in that's gonna make them money,
Right.
the first thing you do is attack her race and her what is that called?
Her gender. I love it.
Or
I
being
love,
straight.
I love that. Camden, thank you so much for bringing this up. I
Yeah.
love
Love
it.
it.
It
This
made
is
me
why
mad.
Gen Z is so important to the
I'm
home
not.
front.
We're not gonna see anybody else talk about this, so I'm glad you guys want
That's
to talk
good.
about
That's
it.
I'm glad
awesome.
that you
That's
did.
awesome.
Uncensored news.
Uncensored. I love it. And I love the way, as we go on, as the weeks go on, do you notice, Allie, that our Gen Zers are coming out of their shell?
They're a lot more
Not that
comfortable.
Brianna really had a shell.
She's already been.
I was
But-
shy a little the first episode, but
But
I
I
know,
love
I know
it.
what y'all talking about. Don't
I'm
do
getting
so
there.
that.
glad you
passionate.
guys are comfortable.
I love
that,
it.
That makes me happy.
Guys, we're going to take
I don't
another.
know what are you talking about. Like my third episode in, I was already saying that I was a white Christian nationalist.
I know. It's like, I love her. I love her. We get so many good, wonderful
I was
emails
already
about that.
making
too.
people like spit out all of like their coffee like at
Dude.
the table. Crazy.
Who was it that said that they were Jew and we're like German? So I was like, oh, don't get in a sauna around us. Like,
it was
Oh
me.
my
I
gosh.
think it was. Yes.
But you know
I've been at my show.
as the people behind the cameras are laughing too, I love it.
Guys,
We
we
see-
always have our engineers in stitches. Just tell me.
Oh, wait, yes. Okay, he just reminded me of the joke that I made. What's the difference between a Nazi and a gay person?
Oh my.
where could this go?
Do you know?
Mm, Stop it. Stop it.
Don't we
Oh
have
my
to go to
gosh.
like a commercial break?
Yeah, we'll be right
That's Brianna at, no, just kidding.
Oh my God.
Guys, we'll be back with more Homefront. You know, I know you're loving this, so I want to hear a few words about how you can help support the Homefront. We'll be back with more after this.
Please give us money.
Hi, Homefront family. My name's Michelle. This is Allie, Demi, and Brianna. You know us. You've seen us on the show. But guess what? We have got a special way for you to see behind the scenes footage.
Oh no.
You know
gonna
that
be great.
stuff that doesn't even make it on the show?
Mm-hmm.
It ends up on the cutting room floor. You think we're unfiltered on the show?
Oh boy.
You should see what doesn't make it to
Oh.
the show. But guess what? That's only for our premium members. You have to subscribe to
Guys,
see
there's
that.
so much good content that doesn't even make it into our
Ever.
episodes. So
No.
you'll be able to see behind the scenes and us acting a fool.
We're always talking about, during the commercial break, oh, if only you guys could see during the commercial break. Well, now you can.
Now you can.
Now you can. So join in on the fun and see what we have to offer, even behind the scenes while things are cutting. We're still chatting.
And even some of the on the road. I mean, I won't tell you
oh
too
my
much.
God.
We're in West Palm Beach today, guys. And what could possibly go wrong with us in a car
With
with some time to kill?
You always ask that. You always ask what could go wrong, but I feel like a million things could go wrong.
Nothing went wrong. I drove. I was the driver.
It's a
Not a
good
thing
thing-
went wrong.
it's a good
Although
thing it was
she did the
bulletproof.
holy, she held on to the
It's only for our
SHIT.
premium members, guys. So click subscribe. You'll get to see more
Right
of the
now.
home front.
Do it.
Hi guys, welcome back to the home front. This is one of our favorite times. We did this in another episode, but I want to try it with our Gen Zers. It's just kind of a real quick off the cuff answer of kind of would you rather.
I love this.
Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to them. They might not. Some of them don't.
I think I've
make
already
a lot
said
of
enough
sense.
this episode. I said this.
No, you're not allowed to sit this one
Not
out.
yet.
I'm actually going to start down there with Allie. So
Why-
this
Why'd
first
you
one
say
is:
anything?
would you rather lose your vision or your taste? If you had to lose one.
I would lose my taste.
Okay.
I
Brianna?
gotta see. I gotta see.
Yeah.
things. I can't.
I'm already blind. That's a vision.
Oh my God. What?
You're already blind?
I'm already pretty much blind.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, it's bad. I can't even read license plates.
Get glasses.
I look ugly in glasses. Not everyone can be beautiful in glasses like you, okay?
I
my
love
God.
food. I love food
Yeah.
so much, but I have to lose the taste over my vision.
Yeah.
But I
Me
love
too.
I'm
food.
with you.
So it's
Yep.
hard. It's a hard.
I'm
one.
losing my taste.
Yeah.
Have to.
You're losing your taste too?
Oh yeah.
See,
I gotta see what's going on.
I'm a foodie, so I'm losing my vision, and
She's
I'm doing
like-
the.
Yeah, honestly,
am.
like I could survive.
I know, isn't that awful?
Yeah.
That's awful. And then I'm thinking, oh, never mind. I won't go.
But
there.
wait, but if you can't see your food, because you know how when people plug their nose, they can't taste their food? What if...
No, you can still taste with
You
your
can
eyes
still
closed.
taste.
I mean, yeah, but what if like your other senses go down too?
Wouldn't you? Oh.
Eventually.
I thought
You
if
know?
you're blind, aren't your senses
Don't your
usually
senses...
heightened?
Yeah,
Isn't
heightened.
that if you're like
So maybe I would
Yes.
rather lose my taste because I'll still have my smell.
Exactly.
so you can still taste through your smell.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That might be. I changed my answer.
70% of taste is smell. So
Okay, this one is kind of silly, but you know,
didn't know that,
we're
actually.
here. Why not do it? Okay, would you, if
Crazy.
you had to be an animal, would you rather be a cat or a dog? I'm gonna say dog because I don't understand cats. I think they're too temperamental.
A dog.
Okay.
Dog.
sure.
Ashley says dog
Absolutely.
too.
Way
Yeah.
more playful.
oh,
More
yeah.
fun.
I would be a golden retriever.
Oh, I like that.
You
I
are a
have
golden
one.
retriever.
Everyone says that. So I guess.
I don't know actually. Honestly, I think I'd be a cat.
But would your
say-
owner change the litter?
Yeah. How would
Okay,
you
yeah.
feel if they did?
Stabby
How would you feel if they did?
I love
Whose
it.
side are you on?
I'm always on your side.
Okay.
I would definitely be a cat. I'd be a Maine Coon cat.
Oh yes,
those
yes.
things are
See, me too.
massive.
Mhm.
I'd be a cat.
She even knows the breed.
Yeah.
See, because I want to like claw
Very
someone's eyes
regal.
out.
Let my owner, not my lawyer. Let my
What?
let my
You're a
owner
lawyer.
not change my
How about
litter
Lord?
box.
I think honestly, I'm thinking of
You'll
like a
wake
bobcat.
up to like dead rats.
You're done.
Oh god.
Oh my
Vindictive.
gosh.
Honestly, I'm thinking of like a bobcat. I feel like I would want to be a bobcat.
Or like a big cat.
Just like a big
Big, big
cat.
Like a panther.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you can be.
I am a
I would be a
panther,
panther
actually.
if that's an option. I didn't know we were talking about that kind of cat.
Camden's wanting to change his answer too.
I am a panther actually. I like older men.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Did you catch it?
No, it went so far out of my head.
Oh, boy.
I just don't want to know. Like, all
My
right,
bad.
guys. Last one. Are you ready? If you could either be rich, I mean rich, like wealthy, like rolling in the dough, or if you could live forever on Earth. I'm gonna choose rich because I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Yeah.
okay with
That's what I was
that.
gonna say.
I would say rich.
Rich,
For sure, rich.
for sure.
I want
Rich.
to stay here forever. I know where I'm going to.
Yeah, rich.
Love it.
I would.
Okay, well that was easy. Give us another one.
See, bunch of Christians. We
No,
know we're
seriously.
spending eternity.
Harder.
We're
No.
okay. That's all I got for you. I'm
don't
out of
think-
jokes.
Yeah, I don't think being alive
don't wanna
forever
live
is
forever.
just. I think that's depressing.
In eternity, I do, but not.
Because then
not
what?
in-
All the
in
people
heaven.
around you die. And then you're like,
that's like
I'm by myself.
I have
that's
a
the
good question.
heartbreak
You
of,
know?
of every vampire ever.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Literally.
What were you
I
saying?
think. Okay, I have an amazing
think about
question.
that.
You have an amazing
I have an
question.
amazing question. Would you rather be poor but have like everyone around you be like you and like have a good family, or be rich and have no friends, no one, be lonely?
Ooh.
I'd rather be poor and have all the people around me. Because if they like me, maybe they'll support me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Enough to where I could get by.
Yeah.
don't
I'll
want no
agree. I'll
friends.
agree with you. I think with the family thing, I
Mhm.
think it's too much of life is built around community and connections. I don't know if I could do it by myself.
Okay. That's
I'd rather be rich and lonely, me personally.
Well, I was thinking
Like
if
if I was the
you,
last person on the planet.
but
Sorry,
Brianna,
I would love to live alone with a
listen,
book.
if we plan this correctly, you could be rich and lonely. I could be poor and with community, and I can kind of just mooch off you.
See, that's,
no, you can't because I have to be lonely.
oh,
So I
that's
cannot
right. You
have
can't
one,
like
like-
her. Yeah, that's right.
I don't like
You
this
can't
question.
like
You
This
can't.
is like, I
How
don't
about
like
you,
this
Allie?
question.
What are you choosing?
I guess poor.
Oh, y'all are like actually sweet. I'm like, no, give me the freaking
I
money.
guess poor
Sorry.
with good people around me. I think when you have good people around you, you feel rich.
You feel rich, yeah.
Feel rich. Ooh, I like
Fair
that.
enough.
And yeah, that's good.
Guys, we're gonna have to tie it up for today, but I do want to invite you to go to our Facebook page and join our Homefront Defenders. We want to hear from you. We'd like to hear if you have any show ideas. Ask us some questions. Would you
Yeah.
rather? And
Yeah.
I promise you that I will ask them. I don't care how embarrassing they are.
God.
Guys, we're gonna go ahead and close in prayer. So join us, and guys, if you have anything you want to add to the prayer, please feel free to speak up. Join us at home.
Father,
Ready?
Forgive me for my
Wow. Father God, we're just so grateful for friends and for community to be able to come together. We're thankful for this platform, Lord, to be able to speak about topics that even our viewers are interested in, that we're interested in. You know, it feels like a type of fellowship here because we're able to talk, and it is a safe place with no judgment here. So I just thank you for it. Father, I want to ask, especially coming up to this upcoming election cycle, Lord, I'm asking that your angels be over not only our country, our men and women who serve in the military, our first responders, but also over our electoral process. Father God, I know that you are the author of all things from beginning to end, but we're asking, Lord, that we continue to live in a free and fair society. I'm asking, Lord, basically to have heaven, a piece of heaven on earth. We pray these things in your almighty Son's name, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much, guys. And thank you for joining us. Don't forget to tune in Monday through Friday right here on Patriot TV. Until then, we'll see you.